Thanks for staying with us. Now, building a business is a profitable yet tasking venture. Every country has peculiarities that you need to understand if you must grow your business. In Nigeria, business terrains are war zones for entrepreneurs and investors. It is a terrain not easily threaded upon, except you have got extraordinary courage and support from the government. Business development and startups are not encouraged by the system of government. The Nigerian business terrain is such a rough and tumble system. It has been either consciously or unconsciously designed to naturally choke startups and frustrate entrepreneurs. The Nigerian business terrain is the most stringent and the most expensive in the world. In Nigeria, young entrepreneurs grow up in the hustle, hostile and tough business terrain by facing challenges ranging from power to lease to competition to distribution, statutory agencies and government bodies seeking various kinds of fees. Nonetheless, Nigeria is still an untapped, treasure ground for businesses. So how can we build a profitable and sustainable business after I've reeled out all these woes? Please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. So I'm going to bring in our businesswoman here first. Then I'll now come to our business SME guru. Then I'll now bring in our guest. Amo, how is the business terrain in Nigeria?
My sister.
She's always dancing on Instagram.
I dance for a living. I dance Monday, Tuesday. In fact, I dance every day on Instagram. But I'm not ashamed of dancing. That's my source of hustle. Business in Nigeria is tough. It's really tough. You need a lot of mental strength. You would get tired, you get overwhelmed, you get to second guess yourself, you get to doubt if you can succeed at it. You will think about staffing, you think about people's loyalty, you think about financing your business, you think about the power supply. For the past 4 weeks, we've been running generator morning till close of business. We do not get 1 hour of light from, is this Nepal or Ikeja Electric? Because I don't know the difference. It's tough running a business in this country, but one thing is, we move. We cannot. You have to be able to tell yourself that in spite of the state of the economy, I'm going to thrive. Absolutely. I'm not just going to strive, but I'm going to try. Right. So absolutely. We're pushing it.
Okay, you're smiling.
I'm smiling. No doubt it is tough to do business in Nigeria, but let me disagree. That's the most difficult terrain. Why?
It's statistics that I got on...
I know, but you know why? Because till tomorrow you still have foreign people wanting to come and start things here. I'm just saying. Nigeria, despite all the challenges, is where you can pick 3,000 naira and start something if you want to eat. It's not like that in most places. And some of it, I think...
That's not business.
Well, some people start... I know, some people start... And that's not even a problem. Some people start from survival. And from survival, they grow businesses. So, what I'm even saying...
No, you cannot. The kind of thing you talked about, you cannot start.
Okay, so maybe I used... Maybe the amount is minimal. But the amount was not the point in case here. But to say that if you really, and I'm not undermining the toughness, I'm not undermining it, but I'm also saying that, and it's because of the laxity in some of the things we don't do well. Some of the business regulatory structures we don't have in place. That's why anybody can do pure water, anybody can do juice, anybody can do anything.
Soap.
Anybody can do soap. Everybody's a beauty expert. Everybody is doing something that is... Do you get what I'm trying to say? In an environment where it is very regulated, you can't just dare. In fact, by the time the taxes are coming to you, you will close the shop by yourself. So, in spite, what I was trying to say is that in spite of the difficulty, it is also a place where if you intend to strive, and I'm not taking away, because it is, I envy the entrepreneurs, just as you said, the cost of operating a business is rocket high. But I wouldn't say it is the most difficult terrain.
Well, you haven't run a business?
I didn't do that stuff. We'll bring in our guest. We ask him that question. Abayomi Adewumi is a business development consultant with vast experience working with small and medium enterprises. He is the managing director at Global Leadership Institute, a management consulting firm that has its headquarters in Lagos with an operational presence in Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, UK, and the US. Abayomi is passionate about reducing the mortality rate of businesses in Africa. Hence, he created Business Growth Masterclass, a free monthly workshop since 2018, where he trains prospective and established business owners on entrepreneurship so that they can enhance their capacity to build and grow their businesses. Abayomi has a deep understanding of analyzing clients' business model and processes to help them grow profitable businesses. He has consulted on projects from design to implementation stages for several noteworthy enterprises, and he is live with us in studio. Thank you so much, Abayomi, for joining us this evening. So, you heard what I said.
Yes.
You are the experts. Please tell us, is the Nigerian business terrain an easy terrain, or it is actually, because the report I read, you know, when I was reading out that what's it called, it was actually ranked one of the toughest places to do business in the world. Like, how bad is it? You know, because it's easier for other people. There are other things that you buffer the entrepreneur. But here, you literally do everything from ground zero to, you know, to build. So maybe that's why it's ranked that way. It was not my ranking.
No. I'm just
telling you.
Yeah, so
let me leave it to the experts.
Sorry, I need to clarify this. First and foremost, I didn't recognize all the challenges. All the challenges, everything you have said is valid. What I said, it may not be the worst place in the world. And I'm just saying this so that it will help us, that Nigerians. It is not I don't believe that it is the worst place in the world. And if you look at the ease of doing business ranking, we are not last. I'm just saying.
Okay.
It is really hard.
Help us answer that question.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here once again. I love being with the beautiful ladies.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay, so it's a question of perspective. Even though the fact is there, like you said, the fact is damning. It's not easy. It's not a child's play. But the truth of the matter is, business is hard anyway. Business is hard anyway. I think I read something that said that business owners or entrepreneurs are like magicians, or they're like artists who create something out of nothing. It's from the point of thinking, I can do this, there's a problem, I can solve it, and then you create something for it. But yes, we need to recognize that the Nigerian business space is much more tougher than every other place, many other places, yes. Of course, you will not say it's tougher than a war-torn country like Afghanistan. So I get her point where she's coming from. She's just trying to see it from the point of half empty, half full. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about the topic, growing a sustainable business in Nigeria, because I see that many times it seems like, oh, fantastic business ideas, you know. Sometimes when the what's it called, the visionaire probably passes on, you just find that business, even as fantastic as that business idea was, there's no, it just stops existing, right? So is it possible, first of all, to build a sustainable business in Nigeria? Because we do not have, I mean, most times when I watch CNN, they're talking about 100 companies that are 100 years and above. You can't find us there. We're not nowhere near there. But you know, other clients, they do have that. So is it a possibility that we can truly build a sustainable, profitable business in Nigeria?
Okay, yes, it's possible. Anything is possible. But yes, also beyond just the internal problem by entrepreneurs in Nigeria, we also need to recognize the fact that we did not start the same time with many of these countries. The Indigenization Act was about, I think, 1976 or so. That's when many Nigerians started owning businesses that matter. Prior to that time, the foreigners owned the businesses that matter. But beyond that also, it's also good to understand that many businesses that we run in Nigeria is run based on the whims and the caprices of the founders. And it's much more run for them to have a self-gratification that I run a business. There's nothing more like, oh, I want this thing to live beyond me. So it's even maybe too ambitious to think outliving them. How many businesses that were there 5 years ago are still
here today?
Take it down 5 years more. How many more are 10 years alive, 10 years down the lane? So it's not even about when they die. It's before they die.
Check out.
So and the key to it all, to sustainability is structure and processes. It's very key. It's very important, because that's what determines who gets to the top of the ladder. That's what drives the employees. That's what drives the kind of people you hire. That's what even drives your business entity. What's your business DNA?
Okay. Abayomi, thank you so much for talking about structure and processes. As an existing business entrepreneur who is really looking forward to scaling, one thing you need, just like you rightly mentioned, is structure. Now, knowing what to do and being able to do it are two different things. I understand that you need to put structure in place, you need to have this done, you need to have that done. I then go ahead and try to institutionalize the structure. And then I meet challenges like, okay, you need to employ people whom you're going to pay so much for them to do that much. Because structure is not just about putting it down on paper and writing, okay, I need to have this, someone in charge of this, or you will have to employ them. And depending on the size of business you have, depending on the profitability of that business, will determine if that business can cater to structure. Structure is not something that you can just jump on from the beginning of a business. From my own experience, you would have to go through the rough patches, bootstrap a lot, learn to do everything yourself as the business owner, from marketing to production to every of the entire value chain is within your coffers. But as you grow in business, you start to say, okay, I can't do this by myself. Then you employ one and you employ two and then three and four. Right now, I have a total of about 15 people in my organization. But then we need to scale and we need to build more structure. And then I'm trying to employ people and I'm getting salaries that even higher as a business owner, I cannot afford to earn. So it means that the business that I know needs structure has not been able to produce the kind of resource that it needs to put that structure in place. Okay. How do you go about such challenges?
Okay, so let me say the line about not all businesses can afford structure. Well, I don't think that's totally true. Again, it's I'll try as much as possible. I'm a Yoruba guy. I grew up in a very indigenous community. So a lot of times I would like to share proverbs. So what I would try to say here is it's how your problem is. That's how the solution you create will be the size of it. So it's all about sizes, taking it in bit sizes. So I think the problem with structure is many of us want to go the route you said, build to a certain point, then build structure into it. Okay. When it should have been more of, and when we say structure, people think it is something elaborate. Structure is as simple as simple processes. It's not even about hiring people. Simple. Structure could just be a one-man business, a one person. You are offering your service. You cannot do your invoicing manually. I've sent money to you on Instagram, on WhatsApp, and they've paid to me. Where's your receipts? Are you documenting those receipts? How are you documenting it? In this age and time where there's technology could do the job of 5-4 people together. And what you need to pay that. So, but most entrepreneurs don't look at it that way. When you ask them to automate some of the process, they say it's expensive. But when you give them, they don't look at the alternative of, if I'm going to hire people, professionals to do this
work,
put it together, will it be up to that? So you want to do as simple as you want to be able to monitor your invoices, know who owes you, your inventory, and be able to say, you know what, at the end of the week, this is my financial health. If you're going to get an accountant who is good enough to do that for you, you pay thousands of naira. But if you get a solution, a technological solution, you most likely be paying subscription every month because you're sharing that resources with a lot of entrepreneurs all over the world. And then that will now be able to help you do you probably just need an accountant once at the end of the month to just look through your books, and you're just paying him on retainer, which drops your fee down drastically. So that's just an example of processes. Another one is you want to manufacture. Who says you have to manufacture everything in-house? And that's the one part that still beats my imagination in this part of the world. Everybody wants to do everything from A to Z. You want to recreate the wheel. I want to make soap. I want to sell soap. Why do I have to go and learn how to do soap? And this comes down to understanding the business of what you are doing. Because when you understand the business of it, you understand what are the critical key functions that I want to engage myself in this business. Am I good at sales? I just want to do sales. Then I'll do white labeling.
So you outsource production and direct sales.
But if it's somebody who is very finical about product and you're very good with processes, you know, there are people like that. They can think this through. They are very meticulous. They don't have problem with processes. In fact, they will lay it down and they will follow it to the letter. Then probably production
It should
in-house
be
could be
doable.
your best bet. So it also comes down to being able to manage your finances, manage your goals. What goals do I have about this business? So it's not just about hiring people.
I get you.
You know what?
Okay.
I'll get
You know what? Let's just go on a very short break. We were having fun and forgot to take a break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, we're having an amazing chat with Abayomi on building a sustainable business in Nigeria. So please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-8038-4663. So, AK, you were going to say something.
Okay, so thank you very much. I think you've just even taken me through a very familiar lesson. So I wanted to talk about zeal, capacity building, and sustainability, merging that together. Some SMEs start their business off with so much zeal, like in fact you feel that you can conquer the world and you have seen the solution. I was talking to someone and they're like, wants to sell shawarma. I said, okay, where do you want to sell the shawarma? They said they want to sell the shawarma to, I think, somewhere around Unilag. And like in that school, they have, how many thousand students? They said, and my man was like, this is the beginning of a faulty foundation. You're counting everybody in a school. That you don't know the ones that don't like shawarma. You don't know the one that cannot afford your shawarma. Nothing. You've counted everybody in a.
I call it bedroom market research.
Yeah. So, what is the role of capacity building? And is passion enough? What role does capacity building play in business sustainability?
Okay, so talent is not enough. Neither is passion enough. In fact, from my own point of view, being in a third world country like Nigeria, passion is overrated. As long as something can, this might not sound as what many people want to hear, because we've imbibed this first world order thinking. Talking about passion, you have to be passionate about what you do, about what you want to do. What happens to being diligent and passionate about what is bringing you money? Because you don't have safety nets. These people talking about passion, the champion of purpose, passion, and everything. Check them out. They have gone beyond in the Abraham's Maslow hierarchy of needs. They've gone beyond survivor. They are already the environment is in sustenance. They are in giving back. So passion is not enough, because passion will just get you and you'll become a very frustrated, passionate person. So, but what is more important is to continually develop yourself. Business is an ongoing process. In fact, what you do changes every day. For you that you said you run business and you've been able to grow it to 15 staff, you will most likely be able to tell them that what you started with is not what you are doing right now. You've evolved. So as the business is evolving, your business cannot evolve beyond the capacity of the founder.
True. I agree.
That's it.
So because you cannot give what you don't have. You are the major driver of the business. If you are not ready to push that business, if you are not expanding yourself, it's going to be difficult for that business to grow beyond you. So it's just going to grow to that level where you are. So capacity building is very important. People think capacity building is about going to school. No. It could be as simple as going to Meta. You have 15 staffs. I have 2 staffs. How did you do it?
To your level.
That's capacity building. Could be as simple as listening to a program like this and having a question at the back of your mind and putting up a call and say, you know what? Hello, I have this burning question. You've learned something that day. And could be as easy as just going to read about people that have failed in your industry. Because even if you don't learn how to do it right, you learn how not to do it. So capacity building is very key.
You know, it's interesting AK asked that question, because I was going to say that, is there a place for learning in all of this? Because of the peculiarity of the Nigerian business terrain, a lot of times people think sustainability and they think, I mean, I like how you addressed Milola's question on structure, because these processes, right, it's something that I see all the time. Even I struggle with. It's tough for every business person, because how we just feel like everything is in my head and I can just, and at the end of the day, you realize that if you are not there, nothing happens until you are there. And you get to the point where it seems like, oh, I'm becoming busy and now the business has to suffer. You know, that's where a lot of us are at currently. So is there a place for learning in terms of building a sustainable business? Because people just think, I know how to sell, I'm a good marketer, I just start a business. Nobody understands that there are, I always believe that success is what's it called? There's something to success, which is a system. If you understand the principles of success and you just plug and play, anybody can be successful in anything. So the question of learning in terms of building a sustainable business, is there a place for that? And where should be a good place for an entrepreneur to start with? You know, they really want to build a business that would outlive them.
So where would be the best place for you to learn is, if you want to go fast, if you want to go far, go with others. So the very first place to learn is going back and understanding who are the top 1% in my industry. Who are the top 1% in my industry? Because when you understand the top 1% of your industry, most likely you understand. I've forgotten this movie I watched, is about sales.
Sure.
And this guy wanted to learn how to sell. He discovered that the guy who was selling the most in the company doesn't chat with them, stays alone. The guy comes in, is the toast of the company. Then he got this, I want to be like this guy. And the first thing he did, he courted the attention of that guy. And from there, he learned little things that wouldn't have mattered, that he never knew mattered. For all of them, they saw him as, oh, very proud guy, always dressing. Then he sat him down and explained to him. He offered to buy him lunch. And he sat him down and said, you know what? Look at how you are dressed. Look at how I'm dressed. Who do you think a customer will most likely want to buy from? That was in the era of direct sales where people would knock on doors to sell. So he said, start from there.
Appearance matters.
Then he talked in a lot of principle about sales, is a game of numbers and things like that. But it's all about learning from people who are doing it right. And then you don't have to be close to them, because I see a lot of people trying to get it wrong. Everybody wants to get inner access to people that they seem like they are successful. So it sometimes gets to everybody's trying to.
And they say the person is proud, not knowing the influx of people coming to meet the person.
So you could stay afar from people and learn from them. What happened to learning about their business?
But you see, this thing you said, Abayomi, sorry, Lola,
I'm with you. No, I'm okay.
You know, when you deal with businesses abroad, right, you can almost Google systems, processes, and everything. Everything will just come
automated.
out. It will show you from scratch how they started, the process, everything, like to the very latter. But in Nigeria, we hold a lot of information.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? I mean, if I come to here, it's only, so, okay, the only person, and I give it to her, she's an amazing person, Chinedu. When I was going to start my skincare business, I went to meet her. She just told me, she's an Igbo woman. So yeah, everything you can see, write it down. She gave me a list of all the whatever. But hardly do you find those kinds of people that are ready to open up their business module to suit. I am going to start this clothing line, and I come to Milola. She would be looking at me like, competition, you know. She's not seeing it that this is an opportunity. She's not seeing it that this is an opportunity for me to build.
To partner.
That's one. And number two, I am the kind of person that I do not believe in I must do everything by myself. If AK makes, I am a fantastic salesperson. If AK makes the best lipsticks, and I really love lipsticks, I want to sell lipsticks, I don't need to manufacture lipsticks. I can always go to an AK, but I realize also collaborations, you know, it's a big challenge in Nigeria. Because instead of you to see the person as a collaborator, you see the person as a competition. Right? So we don't have information readily available, and the spirit of collaboration isn't there. So how do you now build, you know, a sustainable business?
So it all comes down to where there's a will, there's a way. Because at the end of the day, we can sit down here and count 1,000 reasons why this is not going to work. And the truth of the matter is nobody owes you anything. Honestly, they don't owe you. The best you can do is try to seek information. But if you're really interested in that information, you would always get it. I found that it's not rocket science. That's not the only person in the industry. You could go as far as outside the country.
Absolutely.
The only thing that will happen is you have to domesticate whatever you have learned so that you understand that the system there is very from the system
Here.
very key. And that's what I tell a lot of people who read books there. Brings a lot of
Ideas.
Policy and theories. I say, you know what, when you come to Nigeria, take that, then come back and understand. Let me plug it into the system.
Does it work?
How does it react? How does it work? So we are trying our best to get as many people to understand that having more people in the industry, it's not going to get your own share of the pie smaller. It's going to get it bigger because then you're going to be chasing larger markets. I don't know the people you know. I don't know the number of people she knows. She doesn't know the people I know. But by the time we are able to collaborate and work together, we'll reach our network, we'll reach my network. And it's one of the things I've been very passionate about over the last 5 years. And I've tried as much as possible to put on my platform that, you know what, let's work on bringing business owners together, leaders together, and we'll discuss what are the challenges in the industry, what are the challenges in my industry, how can we partner together, how can we work together. So that is one of the ways that we have done that. And I know a lot of people are also doing their best to do that, but at the end of the day, like I said, it still comes down to individual preferences, and we must be ready as a business owner that, oh, I want my business to outlive me. Then you now start making things, to put things in place. And very key that I'm going to drop here, that even if you don't take anything out of it, is very key, is 3 things. 1, know your numbers.
Okay.
Numbers don't lie. It doesn't matter how hard the economy is, how rigid the country is, numbers don't lie. So it's very critical for you to understand your numbers, and that is why it's important that you monitor and track your numbers. How is your daily sales looking like? How is your, who are your customers? Do you have your database and things like that? Very critical. Then the second one is, you are not an island. And the way business, and this happens to a lot of people who come back from abroad, masters abroad, school abroad, they want to come to Nigeria and set up business, then you want to set it up in isolation. Forgetting that even in the Ivy League schools you went to and the fantastic business books you read, there's something we call PISO analysis, and one key factor of it is environmental analysis, political analysis, legal analysis, legislation. You need to understand how to play in that market. Why do you think when big conglomerates are coming to a country, they have local representatives there who is going to do the
fact findings and the risk assessment?
So when you want to do something like that, when you want to set up a business, don't try to be, oh, I don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria. And that's what also takes us into politics and voting. Because we feel like it's so bad, I don't want to
get involved with it.
You don't want to get involved, but you have a business in it. So whether you're involved or not, the policies are coming for you.
Thank you so much, Abayomi. You said a lot, and it's really, really insightful. Really, there's no new knowledge in life. The only thing is bringing us to an awareness of that which we already know, but we're not aware that we know. So thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. I want to ask you, in the area of the work you do, how do you mentor, engage, and help businesses to thrive and be able to take advantage of this much knowledge?
Are you asking for free tickets?
No. This is for our viewers. This is for the listeners. I mean, so that they can hear something from him. Since we are doing the giveaway, please give it away.
No.
Okay, so personally, like I do tell most people, I'm not yet at that place where I have enough time to mentor people yet. So that's just putting it out there. Because I see mentorship as a sacred relationship, and I feel like it's not something you get into just for clout, and if you're not ready for it, it's better. I'm still putting a lot of things together in my life. So yes, but if you really want a one-on-one session with us, if you would like, there are so many opportunities that I have.
You're talking about your program, because we mentioned you run an organization,
a free mentorship program.
Yeah.
So how does
that work?
Mentoring.
So that's why I was going into that. But we offer group things. We have a free class that we do, which is a business growth masterclass for businesses. But more importantly, we also have a yearly conference, which I hinted earlier on, where we bring business people together, and then we bring people that have excelled in different industry to come and talk to them. And it's more of asking questions.
So it's a masterclass. That's what
it's opportunity for you to ask questions. We have something like that coming up later this month. We're going to see about 8 flying leaders in different industries.
So is this free for the
It's free.
attendance? Okay.
Attendance is
So
free.
you know we like freebies in Nigeria.
It's free for you to attend. You could attend physically or virtually, because it's an hybrid event, and we're having people from entertainment, real estate, to agriculture, to
You have fashion?
tech, to entertainment. We have it as much as possible.
I was going to ask a question in terms of mentorship. Okay, because we've seen it's, especially for the newbies now, it's easy to start a business and make money immediately, and also it's easy for the money to disappear immediately. What is the role of internship? Sorry, I was going to ask that. What's the role of internship? Because I don't know if you read that Harvard study about the Igbo internship program and how that has helped them really succeed. And when they take over, they do very well. But in the new, especially in the tech space now, once somebody learn how to press computer too like this, they've left wherever they were learning to come and start up, because everybody wants to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. So nobody, the people that are learning a trade or staying, are they the foolish ones? Are they the ones that don't have ambition? So what is the place of internship, of going to Milola now and say, Milola, please can I intern with you for 6 months so I see how a business is run? Is there a place for that?
Okay, so you've touched a very, very serious conversation. In fact, I've been having with a lot of people in my personal circle, and that is the fact that a lot of people in our generation want the instant, that the blowing mentality. That's what I call it. I want to blow. It's not I want to be successful. So a lot of people are putting fame ahead of success. A lot of people are putting recognition ahead of substance. A lot of people are putting
Rolex,
vanity metrics ahead of real sales.
Vanity metrics.
So it's very key to understand, and this is not only limited to the business space. So we cannot even tackle it alone in the business space, because even if you go to the blue collar jobs, that is where it is worse right now, because a lot of young people that are not going to higher institution, that ordinarily when I was growing up, this person is at the mechanic shop, painter shop, the vocational jobs that could earn them big money. People are leaving it. Everybody now wants to press computer, but not everybody are pressing the right computer.
It's actually interesting internship, because I was having a conversation with, so I'm trying to do some form of transitioning. There's a part of me that I have not tapped yet. So my dad is a builder. And so my mom calls me up and says, some things are happening. So daddy's getting old, who's going to take over the business? So I said, okay. So I was having a chat with my friend. I said, okay, I would love to have a friend that she's a big architect. I said, I would love to go intern with her. And the next thing she goes, no, don't intern, because you have to bring something to the table, right? Is that even right? Because what she was saying is, do not go like the way you are. You have to be able to go with like an upper hand, Like how many businesses are willing to?
How will you no, so you don't intern?
No. So what she was saying is, when you go to those kind of people, do not go empty-handed. You must have something you are willing to also offer in terms of, okay. I said, but this one, I'm a new one in this. I'm just going there to learn. So
I think
how is it possible? Yeah, maybe you should
what
explain.
She's saying is more of, she's thinking you're talking about mentorship. Mentorship is different from internship.
Yes.
Mentorship is you're asking for access to their personal space for them to take you up as a mentee, and that's where that principle of what do you have to offer to them, so that you're not just another logo who taking a space. You'll be
so everyone has to do that internship, right? Is it really helpful? Because I know a friend of mine that did 6 months and she's doing exceptionally well.
Okay, so internship could go the way, it might not be internship like you say, I'm interning with you. Internship could be as simple as working in an establishment. How well are you working in other people's business? Because how you do one thing is how you do other things.
Yeah.
So if you're working somewhere today and you're not giving your best, most likely when you start your business, you will not give your best.
Like
you're working with
on the way show. What do you think?
so it's very key that internship doesn't have to be official. As simple as, I want to work in your establishment, and you use that to learn, to understand how the process works. You give your best.
Okay.
Without expecting anything in return.
So we're going to
because that's another key part. People give their best and say, they are not acknowledging me here. I'm not interested again. Not even they're not acknowledging me.
Recognition.
I mean, while you're there going to learn something.
You're going there to learn something. Do it and move on.
But I think I like what you want to say next. So say
Yeah, I wanted to say I want to bring him back
on internship.
Yes, on that internship. And again, I would prefer, since you have the event is free, Abby.
No, it's
so
totally
probably
free.
maybe we'll do it on a Thursday where we can get people to call in and probably share maybe their business challenges, you know. Well, although you've already done the disclaimer. But,
No,
you know, but I would like for us to be able to give real solutions to people, because when it comes to businesses, a lot of us are getting it all wrong, and we're not, and it's not like we do not have the capacity to actually scale our businesses, but we're getting it all wrong. So it would be nice to have you back again.
Can we take messages from our viewers?
On the platform of Wiz, no problem. Everything is free.
Okay, we're happy. So let me go first. From Bobby Kennedy from Jalingo in Taraba State says, growing businesses in Nigeria has become a nightmare as it stands. I can imagine coming from that area. The problem with our country is just leadership from the ones in charge. Nigerians are creative and blessed naturally. Keep up the great and good work on Plus TV. Now, Baba God bless you, ladies. And thank you for making us look good.
Thank you. And we are on that note. We have run out of time. But we're going to bring Abayomi back because I like the conversation. I like that mentorship, internship. Let us start from somewhere. Thank you, Milola.
Thank you.
I'll come and intern with you.
I actually love your dress.
Thank you. She's a fantastic designer. Trust me.
Oh, this part of what you make.
Yes, that's her work. And the work we should do with that. Thank you, Akanimo. Thank you again, Abayomi, for playing.
Thank you all.
All right, so before we go, do ensure you follow us on Instagrams at PlusTvAfrica. You can drop your comments and interact with us further. And we have started our giveaway. We're bringing back Abayomi just to give you more tickets to the events that he's going to have. All right, so if you believe in us, follow us on PlusTvAfrica. We want to keep giving you freebies, information, so many things that will just transform your life, your business, and everything about you. So do well to follow us on Instagram and see all the goodies there. I don't know if they can flash the ones that are running now. We have hair to give away. We can have $2,500 scholarship for 10 female businesses. All right, so if you missed today's quote, here it is again. Exist to learn how to build a sustainable business. I think the key word here is learning, right? You have to sit down to learn. You have to unlearn some things. We'll see you guys on Monday as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.